But I wanted to get to something that I guess we would classify not necessarily as sleepers. I guess you could, but I would say maybe under the radar for the fan base, but inside the building, people understand the role that these guys are going to have on the team this year. I'll start with someone I texted you this morning. I think this is a no-brainer, but tight end Alex Balman is it Bowman or Bauman? I think it's Bauman, but
you would know better than me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Bauman. He, to me, is someone that we understand what Elijah Lofton as a weapon is going to be, but this is going to be your inline tight end. This is going to be your, I think, third down chain mover, red zone target. We understand the 7 touchdowns last year. We didn't see him until the end of the spring, so I think that's why maybe the buzz on him was a little bit quiet. We talked about how the beginning of spring, waiting for some of these tight ends to emerge. We saw Big Ruskovich. We saw some of these young guys develop. Brock Schott, Luka Gilbert have good moments, but you still need, I think, your real number one tight end, which is going to be, I think, Alex Bauman. And as a blocker, I think gives you more than what people realize.
Yeah, well, it kind of depends how you classify, right? Because Lofton is going to be your number one, I think, player at tight end that gets touches. But if you move him around, who's going to be your tight end? I think, which your point. TJ Preble saying Bauman's a beast in NCAA 26. Have you gotten it yet, Pete? Are you getting it this year?
I got it. I've played like 1 or 2 games. I have not dived into it completely yet, but I did get it. Yes.
Well, yeah, I've talked to people around this kid that knew him either from Tulane, New Jersey. I know you've talked to some people in UM as well when he's over there, and he's somebody that everybody you talk to says this guy's a player. He was a basketball player in high school, a good one. I liked his basketball highlights. He was going full court. He's good ball handler, just a good skilled player. Then played defense in high school up in New Jersey. Some people thought he was a defensive player as a prospect. Goes to Tulane, catches a touchdown to beat USC. Remember when Alex, what's his name, Michael Pratt, and Tulane upset USC in that bowl game. This was the guy that caught the winning touchdown. I believe is a true freshman. He was a touchdown machine for Darian Mensah last year. And somebody I just think, yeah, he's just a solid look. Is he going to replace Elijah Arroyo as a just straight thoroughbred? I'm not sure that he's that level of athlete, just, NFL high pick kind of athlete. But as far as being a really good athlete who knows how to play and can produce at the ACC level, man, I think this guy can get it done. What are some of the things you're hearing about him?
That he's more than just a receiving tight end, that he can block, and it's going to be a guy that's going to be tough to get off the field is essentially what I've heard. He's a tough son of a gun too. He's I don't know. I think Tulane has a little reputation sometimes, but this is a guy who he's tough, and 7 touchdowns is nothing to turn your head at. I understand a lot of them were red zone, goal line, kind of, I wouldn't say force-fed, but plays where he was the primary target. But that's a valuable asset, man. That's a very, very valuable asset.
No question about it. Yeah, he's an older guy too, right? I mean, class of 2022. So he's been around. He knows how to play. His body's mature. I didn't see him a ton, which is probably why, if you were wondering why we haven't talked about him as much, it's not because of anything that he has done wrong. It just in spring, he just didn't do much because he was hurt and nothing serious.
Yeah.
He just was banged up. So excited to see what he can do. You have freshmen behind him, Luka Gilbert, Brock Schott, who I think have a chance if they continue to have a good summer and then have a good camp. They could play early, probably more special teams than on the field. We talked about Owen Ruskovich. A lot of questions here about him, but I think
TJ makes a great point too. He says Beck has great history throwing to tight ends. So I think he will probably be. What was his? How many receptions did he? Because he didn't have the most receptions last year, right? Let me see.
He was more touchdown oriented.
Yeah, 20 receptions. I think you're going to see 30 to 35 catches out of this guy this year.
20 receptions, but 7 touchdowns.
7 touchdowns, and then 35 receptions and 5 the year before. So I only see those numbers going up from there, just because there's going to be more usage.
And Tulane was very much a run-heavy offense, even with Darian Mensah, who went to to Duke and got a big deal to play quarterback. That was a very run heavy play action scheme. They had Mekhi Hughes, who's going to Oregon, or is at Oregon now to play running back. He should be a very productive back for them. Should be one of the better backs in the country. So they were a running oriented attack there at Tulane, and Balman was really more in the red zone.
Here's a tidbit I just figured out in looking more stuff up here. Alex Balman shares the same high school as this former Cane from the Al Golden era. Let's see if you can get this one. Red Bank, New Jersey. Red Bank Catholic.
Jamie Gordonier.
There it is. Yes, sir. You got it right. Jamie Gordonier, man, he had some knee injuries, but he was not a bad player if he stayed healthy. He would have brought some nice size in there.
Yeah, like New Jersey's good football players. I mean, you could talk about all the guys Miami's gotten from New Jersey. More recently, David Njoku, who's one of the better pros we've produced in the last 20 years or 15 years. Yeah, New Jersey's good to us. The 2001 Miami Hurricane team had many New Jersey players. I'm trying to just think, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe you had Ed Wilkins from New Jersey. You had Howard Clark from New Jersey, Jamal Green from New Jersey. Who else is from New Jersey? James Lewis, a starting safety from New Jersey. There were a few New Jersey players in that starting lineup for the Canes. And,
Olsen Pierre.
More recently, Olsen Pierre, for sure. Greg Olsen, of course, is one of the better players who got it from New Jersey. But yeah, man, excited to see what this guy brings to the table. That's for sure. One guy I wanted to highlight.
Let's talk about your guy real quick because I got to get off here in a second.
Yeah. So one player I want to talk about who, in my opinion, sort of not been. Maybe we're at fault for not talking about him enough. But I just interviewed him for Storm Sessions, and I think he's going to have a really, really good year. Is that guy right there, Ahmad Moten Sr. Note the senior. He had a child last year, Deuce, and he is like very, very motivated. Big kid, 315, great personality, great family, great first step. I'm excited, man, to watch this guy.
I love that. I love that right there. That was a great line. Great personality, great family, great first step. I'm clipping that one.
That's how you evaluate these guys, man. He's got the charisma.
No, I agree, though.
He has the size. I know you. He's one guy I know when you talk to.
He's bigger. He's bigger than what you have there right now. End of the day, he's bigger and he's more athletic than most at that size. We saw him coming along last year, but you want more guys that look like him. You don't have enough players like that look like him in the trenches. You're trying to recruit guys like him. You just got an Anthony Kennedy. I don't know that Kennedy has that first step, that same first step explosiveness, twitchiness that maybe Moten has as well. But this is a sign of a guy who has stuck it out. We kept hearing there's flashes, but I think that corner is being turned for him, and I'm also very, very excited about him.
Yeah, no, like I said, great interview with him for Storm Sessions. I recommend anybody check that out. That'll come out probably tomorrow, is my guess, sometime this week. You just see he's got a really big personality. I asked him, he says he's in that 310 range, and he looks good. I mean, doesn't look fat at all. He looks athletic and very, very motivated. Again, he's a father. He's got mouths to feed, and there's a maturity that comes with that for all of us that have had kids. So I think you're seeing that with him, and he's ready to rock and roll, man. It's a money year, so he's ready to do some damage.